Hello and welcome to White Horse Music TV. My name is Richard Bedina and we're being very quiet because the babies are sleeping. Come and have a look. Look, I'll show you. Okay, here's the mummy and there's the babies. They've only just been born. They're 16th size violins at the moment. Now I've only just finished setting them up, so I figured maybe I can do a bit of a violin demonstration of these guys. But oh no, one of them started crying, and the rest have started crying as well, of course. Oh well, that's what you get when you get triplets. All right, well, let's do a bit of a video. The first of those little baby violins that I have set up is a Gliga 2 violin. And see how beautiful he is? He's got really nice varnish, so you can really feel the grain of the wood, which I really like. You know, often when you can feel the wood, that means it's going to be able to vibrate the way it wants to. The varnish isn't too thick and not too constricting. So that is a pretty little violin. Have I ever told you, oh, there was a price tag, how rude. Have I ever told you how much I like the Gliga 2s more than I like the Gliga 3s? A lot. I think the finish on them is amazing. The varnishing is different. The quality of wood is so different. Oh my God, they're in a completely different league. So, you know, if you have the extra dollars to go Gliga 2, which is the model above the Gliga 3, then do that. If you don't, then don't. All right, let's see what this sounds like. Okay, that has some depth, which is pretty good for a 16th size violin. You know, I spend as long, if not longer, on these little violins doing the setup, making the new bridges and the sound posts and everything, than more generally than I do on the full-size ones, just because it's so finicky and my eyeballs end up going like this because see, I have to carve out little bits from, oh, how can I show you? Yeah, I have to carve out little bits from inside here, from in the bridge, that underneath the bridge. Gosh, I'm clumsy with my showing, but there you go. And making the sound posts, oh my God, it is a treacherously difficult thing. But it's worth it in the end, because on little violins especially, if you don't get the angles right, it's almost impossible to play on the individual strings. If it sounds horrible, I mean, little violins, it's more of a challenge to make them sound good. And so, you know, if you've got a really nasty little violin, it sounds even worse than a nasty full-size violin. So it's really important to try to get them sounding good. See, that sounds nice and full and bright and strong. Next little baby is struna classroom violin. Also has beautiful varnish, but it's sort of antiqued, and I think they look just superb. Oh, it's got a cute little one-piece back, that one. Yeah, oh, price tag, rude. All right, I'll play this one, have a listen. Okay, definitely louder and similar in the amount of depth. So a louder, brighter, stronger sort of sound, where the Gliga is a little bit more sort of reserved. And it's, you know, typical of those two ones. So when I've set these up, usually I'm happy if they sound like, you know, if a struna sounds like a struna and a Gliga sounds like a Gliga. They don't always end up like that because they're all different pieces of wood. I just realised the top of my head was missing, and you don't want to miss out on my bald head. That would be disgusting. Now, so that one definitely sounds more like a struna. What do you know? It's a struna and it sounds more like a struna. That was struna classroom. This one is struna concert. Check it out. It's antiqued, and I'd argue that it's more antiqued. And it's a darker looking instrument. That's just got different colour pigments in it to make it look darker. It doesn't mean the sound is necessarily going to be different because it's a different looking violin. But with the Struna concert, they use Russian spruce on both the classroom and the concert, but higher quality Russian spruce on the concert. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay. I elbowed one of those little babies. That is child abuse. Now, so that one, to me, sounds strong like the classroom, but probably with a little bit more mellowness, like a bit more sort of... it has more strength than the gliga, like similar to the Struna classroom, but it has also a little bit of more roundness to the sound, I would say, than that little Struna classroom. Now what I'll do is I'll play all three of those without you having to listen to me talking. Oh my gosh, that'll be great. That was the gliga. There's the Struna classroom. And that was a Struna concert. Oh, they all sound really good. I recommend buying all three of them. But when you come in, if you could just make sure you're not too loud because they might be having a nap. It is actually their nap time now. I might give them a bit of a bottle feed first. Anyway, have a good night. See ya.